After a monumental all-elite wrestling double or nothing pay-per-view, how does WWE fire back? By doing absolutely nothing. This is Monday Night Raw, right here on Off the Script.
Is this what you want? This fucking foliage? Is this what you want? Mr. Dips? Is this what you want? Me standing in front of EC3 buying designer coats? Is this what you want? Me sitting in some hipster hotel in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, fluffing pillows? Is this what you want? I don't believe this. This graffiti art, the hotels, avocado toast. All I want is a fucking Guinness. An ice cold Guinness. What the hell does that mean? Oh, this is what you wanted. This is your Monday Night Raw review right here on Off the Script.
Guys, I just don't know. I just don't know. I really don't. I really don't. It's as if Vince McMahon went into Monday Night Raw tonight and wanted to punish everybody watching the show by literally doing nothing. It's like Vince McMahon wanted to punish everybody that watched All Elite Wrestling on Saturday night for Double or Nothing. It's like he wanted to punish us for enjoying the fucking show. I don't understand this logic. I don't understand this mentality. Now, if I am a wrestling promoter and I'm looking at this and I'm hearing all the shit that happened in Las Vegas, I know I am getting everybody on my team together on the same page, and we're going to write a damn good fucking wrestling show, because enough is enough. There's a new ball game in town. They're coming to TNT. I don't want to have my shit pushed in. But here Vince McMahon is. And how does he answer the call? By doing what he does best. Not giving a shit. You know, before I listen to any other podcast or any other YouTuber about Monday Night Raw, I want to let you all know that you are forbidden from using the Memorial Day card. You are forbidden from using the, oh, it's just a holiday show. They didn't really anticipate many people watching anyway. You can't use it. You can't use it. Because if I had an enemy or a rival promotion do what they did Saturday night, and this was the product that I presented as a way of, hey guys, we are going to get our shit together. We have to combat all the shots, and we got to show them who the real boss is in the pro wrestling world. If this was the show that I put on, I would actively remove myself from my position and never show my face again. I don't know how anybody could show their face after this fucking show, after what they watched on Saturday night. And believe me, they watched, because Dustin Rhodes said that he had 30 people text him. Over 30 people text him from WWE, including management and employee, in-ring performer. Over 30 people texted him. You know for a fact WWE knew what happened in Las Vegas. You knew exactly what was Double or Nothing with Jon Moxley. You knew the reaction that everybody was going to give. You heard everybody on social media. And you start Monday Night Raw with what you did tonight, literally an hour. An hour. And we got 4 minutes. Not even that. I don't even know. 4 minutes. A minute and a half, I believe someone texted me. A minute and a half of wrestling in the first hour. And that included a Shane McMahon match against Lance Anoa'i. That also included a Roman Reigns run-in to try and get his hands on Shane McMahon. Folks, I genuinely don't know. You know, a lot of people criticize me for the things that I say, and I'm outlandish. Oh, WWE's not in trouble. Folks, the WWE is in fucking trouble. The WWE is in trouble. If this is their attitude after one night on Saturday night, they're doomed. They're doomed. Their audience tonight let them know exactly what they were feeling. This is boring. This is awful. Chants of AEW that were silenced as quick as you could fucking breathe. And then Sami Zayn of all fucking people mentions AEW sitting in a goddamn electric chair on Monday Night Raw, which was approved, I'm sure, by the way. This show was a complete fucking horrendous disaster. And I know each and every one of you are expecting me to shit on this show. What could I possibly say? What could I possibly say that you don't already understand or know? You want my validation for it? You either watched the show along with me and know what happened and know what I'm going to say, or you didn't watch the show and you enjoyed your Memorial Day weekend looking for what I have to say about Monday Night Raw. Is it worth it? Should I watch it? Let me watch JD first. Even then, you know what the answer is going to be. You're going to save yourself 3 fucking hours, and you're going to go do whatever you got to do. WWE should be fucking ashamed of themselves. If this isn't an indication that Vince McMahon needs to be removed from the fucking company as head of creative, I don't know what to tell you. I don't understand how this show was the answer to All Elite Wrestling on Saturday night. I don't understand it. What is he going to do come October? Is Vince McMahon going to continue to be this lackadaisical? Or is he actually going to put up a fight? Does he not believe in AEW? Did he look at Saturday night as some sort of fucking joke? Was it a mirage? Or did they put on probably the best non-WWE show you will have all year? There's no main roster pay-per-view that's going to touch Double or Nothing, I'll tell you that right now. Money in the Bank wasn't even close to what Double or Nothing was. And I say the best non-WWE show because Double or Nothing in no way topped NXT TakeOver Phoenix or NXT TakeOver New York. I'm sorry. I have to be realistic. NXT is my boy, and AEW is going to be my second in command. This shit on the main roster, dude, this is fucking absolutely terrible. How does WWE answer AEW? They send Kofi Kingston out there flipping fucking pancakes as if he's working at fucking Denny's. Still, the WWE champion flipping fucking flapjacks. Say that fucking twice. Jesus Christ. You got Kofi flipping flapjacks. You got Brock Lesnar coming out with the Money in the Bank briefcase made up in boombox form. Legitimately, it was a fucking boombox with speakers, a power button, and all the fucking bells and whistles. He comes out. He has Kofi Kingston's theme music playing. He's got Seth Rollins' theme music playing. And he's dancing around as if he's fucking partying it up on Memorial Day weekend, drunk off his ass. WWE sends Brock Lesnar out there to make pretend everything is, we're cashing in Money in the Bank, and meanwhile he's treating everything like a fucking joke. Brock Lesnar dancing with a fucking Money in the Bank briefcase that is made up to be a fucking legitimate stereo system is a fucking joke. It's not even funny anymore. It's not all. WWE killed that meme, by the way. Dead. They made it unfun and unfunny. And they just legitimately shit all over the fucking championship. He comes out dancing. Then we get Dolph Ziggler coming out attacking Kofi Kingston again. Great. So the first 20 minutes of the fucking show were taken up by Dolph Ziggler and Kofi Kingston, none of which anybody fucking gave a shit about on Tuesday. So at this point, we're 30 minutes in the fucking show, and not one goddamn match happened on this show. Then he beats up Xavier Woods. Then he cuts a fucking 10-minute promo. Then we get Shane McMahon. The first match of the night is Shane fucking McMahon after an hour and fucking 8 commercial breaks in the first hour. WWE has little to none watching this show as it is, and you decide to give me 4 minutes of legitimate wrestling on a 1-hour block of Monday Night Raw with 8 fucking commercials. How many of you stood with Monday Night Raw after the first hour? I guarantee you, everybody watching me right now left Monday Night Raw to go drink a beer, go do whatever the fuck you have to do on Memorial Day. You tuned in, and then as quick as you tuned in, you tuned out. You should be fucking ashamed of yourself. Legitimately, out to lunch, out to dinner, out for the holiday was WWE tonight. They didn't give a fuck. It's as if AEW did nothing on Saturday night in Las Vegas. And you are not allowed to use the holiday card. You can't. You can't. I don't give a fuck if it's Memorial Day, Labor Day, Valentine's Day, Martin Luther King Day, Thanksgiving, Christmas. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a shit what holiday it is. If my rival is putting on a show that is breaking down the fucking industry as we know it and coming for your ass, you're going to stand there and do nothing? Go ahead, Vince. Continue to not give a shit. Go ahead. You had Kansas fucking City, of all fucking people, tonight chanting AEW. This ain't no smart mark crowd. This ain't Miami. This ain't Los Angeles. This isn't fucking New York. It's Kansas City. Chanting AEW. You don't find anything wrong with that? Monday Night Raw, Kansas City, Missouri. Show was a complete dumpster fire. Follow me on social media, man. It's good to be back home. Good to be in the office. Good to be fucking shitting on this show. Justifiably so, by the way. At JD from NY206 on Twitter, Instagram. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on that bell for all notifications. Patreon.com/JD from NY206. Thank you guys so much for all the new followers on Twitter. If you are here via Twitter, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Now you know what I do. I am public enemy number 1 in this motherfucker. Make sure you guys go and get your JD's Elite t-shirts. Bonfire.com. Link is down below. Number 1 selling t-shirt of Off the Script, and probably one of the best all-time t-shirts in the YWC. That is the YouTube wrestling community. I'm going to take the community word out and just use clowns. I swear to God, if anybody praises this fucking show, you will feel my wrath on Tuesday. Believe me. Make sure you guys go get it. Bonfire.com. Link is down below. Podcast tonight is brought to you by Audible. audibletrial.com/offthescript. They want to give you 30 days free of their service, including 1 free audio book. Download the app. It's free. Android or iPhone devices, you go through the sign-up process. You get 30 days free. They give you a choice of a free audio book. audibletrial.com/offthescript. Best part is, if you don't like Audible and you want to support the show anyway, you get to keep your audio book for free. You can cancel it any time, no matter what, and you still get to keep that book for free. audibletrial.com/offthescript. Thank you guys so much for supporting one of my main sponsors in Audible. And if you missed this week's videos, man, please go and check. Yes, that's Mr. 9 to 5. I don't know why I uploaded 2K content. It's fucking dead just like this show, but I was bored. Double or Nothing review, 63,000 views and nearing 4,000 likes on that bitch. AEW is not a real deal? They're just a t-shirt company, you say. Well, clearly, almost 70,000 people and 4,000 likes on that bitch. Some t-shirt company that it is, man. I swear to God, it's got to be the fucking fabric. It's got to be the fucking gold glitter that they use in the E in AEW. Can't wait to see them hit TV because, man, I don't know what the fuck Vince McMahon needs to snap out of it. Clearly, he did not watch AEW Double or Nothing because we got this shit show of a Monday Night Raw. Show opened up with Kofi Kingston. Comes out flipping fucking pancakes. Are they pumpkin spice, cinnamon, buttermilk? What are they? Can I have an extra side of fucking syrup, please? This is the WWE champion, and he's still flipping pancakes. Dolph Ziggler just fucking brutalized you to a pulp, and you come out flipping fucking pancakes. Can we get serious for a fucking second, please? Honestly. That's all I ask. Again, you're going to be hearing AEW a lot in this fucking video. AEW just put on a grown-ups show, and here we got the WWE champion fucking serving extra sides of syrup. He comes on out, and we go over the Dolph Ziggler attack again. Who the fuck cares? I'll get to Dolph Ziggler in a second. I'm pretty much going to reiterate exactly what I said on Tuesday night. So, Kofi is in the ring. He's selling his injuries, which I'm glad to see, because that's usually a logic gap that WWE has go right over their fucking heads. Fans chanted for Kofi. I love you all. I love you all. He said last week Kevin Owens attacked Biggie and re-injured his knee. Then Ziggler brutalized him and tried to end him. People ended this show after this promo. Seriously. I'm not even joking. He said Ziggler didn't finish the job because he's still standing there tall in the middle of the ring. He said when the time is right, he will address Dolph. He said tonight he is here for Money in the Bank, or Mr. Money in the Bank, Brock Lesnar. So, great job there, WWE. You have Kofi go out there and bypass everything that happened to him via Dolph Ziggler, and his main concern is Brock Lesnar. Mr. Money in the Bank, Brock Lesnar. It's a great way to sell your angle on Tuesday night. He said the best way for him to show he's among the greatest champions of all time. I don't know if he's talking about WWE champion or fucking pancake eating champion. I don't know. Clearly he's not talking about the WWE champion. He wants to be one of the greatest champions of all time, and he wants to beat Brock Lesnar. He wants to show Brock Lesnar that he could beat him. He says what he wants right now is for Lesnar to come out and cash in the contract on him tonight. I wish that would have happened. Really. I really wish that would have happened. So instead of Lesnar, out comes Rollins. So Kofi said, what are you doing here? Seth says, well, listen, I'm not Lesnar. I'm better. I'm better. Seth says he doesn't want to wait around. He wants to know who Lesnar's going to cash in on right now. So the only person missing in this equation is Lesnar, so he yelled for Lesnar to come on out. Lesnar comes on out, and he's wearing his new Beast Box t-shirt. And the Money in the Bank briefcase is made up to be a legitimate stereo system. Speakers, power button, and music playing from it. Now, I understand WWE is quick to make an easy buck on t-shirts and a gimmick or a phrase or whatever that is popular. They were on this like fucking flies on shit. And they killed the entire fucking coolness of it dead tonight. And the briefcase, yeah, it looked cool, but Lesnar didn't really look to be taking any of this seriously, so why the fuck should I be taking it seriously? And you know what? For all the people who want to jump down my throat, it's funny, it's supposed to be lighthearted, Lesnar showing his charisma. Fuck that! Fuck that. You know why I say fuck that? Because there was a grown-up show on Saturday night called Double or Nothing. We didn't really see anything in the main event being taken as a fucking joke. Here we got fucking beatbox Brock Lesnar dancing around, waiting to choose which champion he's going to be challenging at whatever show WWE decides to have this happen on. It's not really what I want out of a wrestling show, and neither do you. I think we're a little bit more grown up. You know, I don't think these people understand that AEW is going to change the fucking game and the way people look at professional wrestling. The sports entertainment aspect of it is going to be the least important thing, thanks to Double or Nothing and AEW. Get with the fucking program. This is how you start the fucking show. Lesnar comes on out. Lesnar strutted to the beat of the music that was coming out of the beatbox. He danced to his new it's the Brock Party t-shirt, not the Beast Box. Whatever. He calls his fucking briefcase the Beast Box instead of Beatbox. And he's got a new Brock Party t-shirt. Clearly, everybody was out at the fucking Titus party And they forgot to write their show. So Lesnar then pointed to Kofi. Kofi's music played. He pointed to Seth, and Seth's music played in the beatbox. Brock looked on at Seth and smiled in a very obnoxious way. Heyman then started to play the air guitar to Seth Rollins' guitar riff in his theme music. And Brock Lesnar was saying, cut this shit out. He actually got serious for a second. And then all of a sudden, Seth Rollins leaves. And that was it. That was it. Seth was every one of us at this moment. And we picked up the remote control to change the channel. Because we knew how much of a fucking joke this really was. So Paul Heyman said, just like Seth to pee on everybody's parade, just like Vince McMahon pisses on the fans, legitimately, of the WWE, Heyman said Lesnar was going to announce right here, and now, his cash-in victim. But Seth ruined their Brock party. Heyman said, don't blame us, blame Seth Rollins, and that was it. So WWE with the good old bait and switch. Brock Lesnar's going to cash in. Brock Lesnar's going to announce his cash in. And we don't get a fucking cash in because Seth Rollins, poor old Seth Rollins, ran away because he was disgusted, just like everybody else was disgusted with the open of this show. So I don't know where Ziggler comes out and attacks Kofi Kingston. He gives him a zigzag on the ramp. Xavier Woods comes out to save Kofi, or at least try to, and attack Ziggler. Ziggler quickly fled through the crowd. So after all this, they showed Kofi being helped to the back. They went to a long-winded commercial. Kofi's being helped up the ramp. And then again, Dolph Ziggler returned and jumped Xavier Woods from behind on the stage next to Kofi because he couldn't go after Kofi because he was surrounded by like 4 referees. So he attacked Xavier Woods instead. So they fought into the crowd. They fought near a fan in the crowd who was in a wheelchair. They fought near the timekeeper's area. They fought in the ring. They were fighting all over the ringside area. You guys seen this if you watch the show. Now, I pinpointed on Twitter, why exactly is Dolph Ziggler and Xavier Woods in the ring, and then there's one sole referee outside watching all of this happen? He's waving his arms. He's telling Dolph Ziggler to stop, right? In no way, shape, or form did this sole referee try to stop this brutal attack by Dolph Ziggler on Xavier Woods. Nobody came out. Nobody stopped him. He was just there doing his own thing. A whole fucking management team in the back, and they're just allowing Xavier Woods to be beat up in the middle of the ring. Referee apparently just threw his hands up. He didn't give a shit. He was standing there as if he was fucking spectating the whole thing, front row. Nothing. I thought this was a legitimate fucking no disqualification match. Nobody came out. Nobody stopped it, and nobody seemed to give a shit. So, after that, Ziggler bashed Xavier Woods with a chair across the back twice, and Ziggler then hit him once, twice, 3 times with the chair. Xavier Woods apparently had smudges of blood on his cheek, forehead, and chest. I don't know if that was something that was legit, or if Dolph Ziggler was busted open and some of Dolph Ziggler's blood was smeared on Kofi Kingston, or on Xavier Woods rather. I don't know. All I know is when Dolph Ziggler came out to cut his promo, he was bleeding. There was blood on his chest. There was blood on his face. I don't know what happened here. So, Kofi ran out. He ran back to the ring, limping with a steel chair, and Dolph Ziggler retreated. They go to another commercial break. Back live, Kofi and Xavier are in the ring. Ziggler was on stage, and he cuts a promo. Pretty much, if you missed SmackDown Live, this was nothing more than a refresher on what he said on SmackDown Live. He told Kofi he thought he knew him, but he's wasting all of his time on Brock Lesnar cashing in his Money in the Bank contract rather than being focused on him. So there you go. So Dolph Ziggler pretty much is telling Kofi Kingston what he's doing wrong, but here we are. Everybody's getting excited about Kofi and Dolph Ziggler. Oh my God, the brutal attack. Meanwhile, Dolph Ziggler was pointing out the obvious of Kofi caring too much about Brock Lesnar, who he's cashing in on, instead of caring about Dolph Ziggler, who is just playing Kofi Kingston like a fucking fiddle. He don't give a shit. So he said in 11 days at Super Showdown, he defends the WWE title against him. He asked that he do one thing, And he doesn't ask for much. Neither do I. All I want is a good fucking wrestling show on Monday night. That seems to be the most difficult fucking task for these fucking people. He asked Kofi Kingston to celebrate like he's never celebrated before in the next 11 days and show the world that he accomplished and became WWE champion. He said every time he sees that WWE title with him, it reminds him that it should have been him. Should have been him. He said he admires Kofi. He said when people called Kofi a B-plus player, he defended him and told them how good he was. He asks what happens when he doesn't have the title because he took it from him. He asks what happens to those millions of fans who have looked up to him since day one when he takes the title from him. That should have been me, he said regarding Kofi becoming champion at WrestleMania. At Super Showdown, it will be me, he said. He turned and left, and Kofi was just standing in the ring with Xavier Woods. I will say exactly what I said on Tuesday night. Dolph Ziggler is fucking great at what he does. I love his mic work. I love him in the ring. Dolph Ziggler has not been away long enough for us to legitimately miss him. Dolph Ziggler being put in this situation is nothing more than WWE giving Dolph Ziggler a paycheck to cash in on, to show up at Super Showdown because nobody else wants to fucking go over there. They had nobody else to challenge for the WWE Championship in such a short span. So they figured, let's pay Dolph. He'll come on out. We'll pay him handsomely. He'll challenge Kofi. Goodbye. What is going to be done differently here compared to everything else that Dolph Ziggler has done? He's been gone since January. January all the way up until what we're seeing now. Is that enough time for you to miss Dolph Ziggler? Is that enough time for you to care about Dolph Ziggler? Do you legitimately want to see Dolph Ziggler win the WWE Championship from Kofi Kingston? The answer is no. You don't. You don't miss him. You don't give a shit. So why are they pushing this so hard? And why are they making Dolph come off like a fucking crybaby when it's only going to result in the same fucking thing? Dolph taking a loss and being a loser. That's it. I couldn't give a single fuck about what happened here. And this was 30 minutes of the show to open Raw. You figure they come out hot with a fantastic wrestling match. Something. A fucking cash-in. Something to generate interest. And this is what they're hanging their fucking hat on. A SmackDown feud on Raw. A SmackDown feud that is paid and brought to you by sweet Saudi fucking blood money. And the Prince of Saudi Arabia. Awful. Absolutely awful. I still don't understand why the referee was out there and didn't do a goddamn thing. But who the fuck am I to ask? Fuck me. They cut to a Memorial Day block party being held by the Usos. I kid you not, Titus O'Neil was wearing a chef hat and a fucking apron, holding a pair of tongs, barbecuing. Everybody thinks this Titus fucking catering is some sort of joke. Oh, it's real, folks. It's real. Throwing hot dogs and hamburgers. I'll take mine with extra cheese on a fucking potato bun, Mr. Titus. It's not a joke. Every time we see Titus, he's in catering or having something to do with food. This was a fucking catering VIP party. But here we are, without the Usos on this show, without the revival. Where the fuck are the War Raiders? Did they get released? Did they get sent back down to NXT? Did they ask for their release? Are they headed to AEW? I wish. Where the fuck are the War Raiders? Why haven't they been on Monday Night Raw? By the way, where's Buddy Murphy? Oh, that's right. The best kept secret in the WWE is legitimately a fucking secret. We don't know. His whereabouts are a fucking secret. Shh. Awful. Awful. 24/7 title contenders were there. Give me a break. You know, these people who enjoy the 24/7 title, man. Let me see. This Raw sucks, but I'm gonna justify the 24/7 title. Yeah, sure you are. You fucking degenerate. Shane McMahon's in the ring, as if the show wasn't bad enough. After 30 minutes, Shane McMahon's out there. Shane McMahon's out there. Charlie Caruso approached him and said that she just heard he's competing tonight. How do you answer AEW, says Vince McMahon. Well, we'll send my son out there. That'll do it. That'll generate the ratings. Fuck the Young Bucks. Good job there, Vince. Good job there. Did you come up with that one all by yourself? So, she said it's unusual. Now, Charlie, what's unusual is a good Raw on Monday. There's nothing unusual about this. This is Vince McMahon's answer to everything. Send out a fucking McMahon. Said he's going to beat down Roman Reigns at Super Showdown. I can't wait. Just like he's going to beat down his opponent tonight, who at this point we didn't know. He asked Drew McIntyre if he was ready to go, and they walked towards the entrance stage together. Man, the honeymoon phase of Drew McIntyre has been long gone. They pair him with everybody. Is he not his own man? Does he need to be a lackey for everybody? First, he was a lackey for fucking Braun Strowman. What's his name? Oh, no, I'm sorry, Braun Strowman. Baron Corbin. They're all the fucking same anyway. They're all fucking losers. Baron Corbin, Bobby Lashley. Now he's a lackey for Shane McMahon. Yet this guy was supposed to be the future of WWE Raw, right? Can't be the future of Raw if you're a fucking lackey. You're a roadie. You're a roadie. You're carrying the band's equipment. The guy's a loser. I don't mean that. I'm just telling you exactly what I see. WWE is portraying Drew McIntyre as a fucking loser. Simple as that. Back in the ring, we have a video package. Shane and Drew are in the ring, and WWE decides to go to the Triple H Randy Orton video package that is never ending. It's about 7 minutes fucking long, documenting these guys' fucking careers. And Shane McMahon's in the fucking ring. Still haven't seen a wrestling hold after 45 minutes. After 45 minutes. Shane then was in the ring, finally, took the microphone. He said the McMahon family and the Samoan dynasty have gone on for generations. Long before there was a Shane McMahon or Roman Reigns, he said they're pillars of the WWE community. He said respect was ingrained in him since he was young, but not Reigns, because how else could you explain why Reigns struck down the patriarch of WWE, the demented Mr. McMahon? Now, Shane didn't say demented, he said benevolent. No, it's demented. I'm sorry. I got to rephrase you there, Mr. McMahon. It is demented. Not benevolent. He said in a very hypocritical way that he was critical of anyone punching someone's father like that because the Miz's situation just did not happen. We're over that, so we forgot that. He brought up Peter Maivia and said the fans, need to look up the history of the Samoan dynasty, look up in the history books to find out about The Rock. And he mentioned Yokozuna, the Head Shrinkers, the Usos, the Wild Samoans, Alpha and Sika. At this point, fans were chanting, "This is boring." I don't blame you one bit, Kansas City, but you paid to go sit in this arena and watch this shit show. He said Sika is The Rock's father, and he grew up knowing Alpha and Sika. He said he might know them better because he always had front row seats to watch their accomplishments and all of their mistakes. He said he will take a page out of his father's book and pass on disparaging the Wild Samoans. He said his dad was always there to clean up their mistakes. Shane also said that he was there to represent the McMahon family and was ready to fight. He asked who was going to walk down the aisle from the Samoan family and face him in the ring. And instead of it being one of the Usos, because they were too busy stuffing their face with fucking potatoes cooked by Titus Catering, Lance Anoa'i, Roman's cousin. Another fucking descendant of Roman Reigns. Great. That's all I need to fucking see. So we got double a dose of the Anoa'i's tonight on Monday Night Raw. What a great way to combat Double or Nothing, huh? Sending out a clearly out-of-shape Lance Anoa'i. Great job there, WWE. Nobody realized who this guy was or even gave a shit. Graves said he is Reigns' cousin and a highly touted member of the Anoa'i family, a potential breakout star. He said he has less experience than Reigns. Really now? Really now? You could have fooled me. So Drew pulled Anoa'i out of the ring and slammed him into the barricade and the ring apron and then proceeded to throw him into the steel steps. Shane told Drew to stop. That was enough. He was getting a little carried away. And Drew rammed Anoa'i into the ring post and then overhead release suplexed him on the floor. Took off his shirt, chopped at him. This is uncalled for. Shane then said, "Let's get him in the ring." Shane said they might as well ring the bell since he was in the ring, so the referee obviously did. And Shane McMahon, after this thing, didn't even have a match, and he just proceeded to punch away at NOI. So after all of this, we get over 50 minutes of not a wrestling match, and at this point, fans are legitimately chanting AEW. And the mute button by AEW? Did they have a show in Vegas? I don't know, man. I was in the forest. I was picking out my summer wood logs. You know, they are in season, and it's my favorite season to eat, wood. With those poker chips, double or nothing made of, wood. Maybe we should ask, Mr. Dean Ambrose, who? Omega! Omega got a broken nose, man. That's what you get for not coming to the WWE. Anyway, after the match, Drew McIntyre, and by the way, Shane won with a triangle choke here. It was a legit match. I'm sorry for the mistake. You could see how much I fucking care. Shane wins in 2 minutes. Shane then picked up the microphone and ordered Drew to punish Mr. NOI some more. Shane then applied the triangle choke, and Drew yelled at him. NOI tapped. Out comes Roman Reigns. Drew McIntyre stands on the ramp and stands there as if he's looking at the fucking beautiful night sky in Kansas City. Takes a Superman punch. Then he catches Shane at ringside with a elbow and a flying Superman punch. Reigns then does his primal scream in the middle of the ring. He saves his fucking cousin. And Drew McIntyre yanked Shane McMahon to safety. Man, what a great lackey Drew McIntyre is, man. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Moving on here. Lesnar and Heyman then come back out, as if the first time wasn't a fucking enough. Lesnar and Heyman come back out. They entered the ring, and Lesnar held the briefcase. He continued to dance with the fucking beast box. And Heyman says he is the advocate for Mr. Money in the Bank. He set out the request of his client. They had a referee come out to the ring because the time has come to inform everybody of which champion Lesnar will be cashing in on. Heyman was then interrupted by Seth's music. So we've seen Seth Rollins twice now. If you guys were paying attention to me a couple weeks ago when I gave you one of my wrestling pet peeves, was the simple fact that when someone comes out in the beginning of the show, they get that big initial pop. Then they show up a second time and a third time and a fourth time, and that reaction is pretty much non-existent, just like it was in the main event for Seth Rollins. Because the fans have already seen him twice in the same evening. So a third time is like, oh, I'm tired of seeing Seth Rollins. I don't give a shit. I've seen him twice already. So Seth came out and said the Universal title is his life. He told Lesnar to shut his mouth while he was talking. Lesnar was there laughing. Said he sacrificed every day to become champion, whereas Lesnar is a joke who makes a mockery of it, just like Vince McMahon is a joke and makes a mockery out of pro wrestling and Monday Night Raw. He said he's not afraid. The similarities are unreal. Unreal. He says he's not afraid of Brock Lesnar. He said he beat him at WrestleMania and he could do it again. Seth said Lesnar is a shell of who he used to be. Same thing for Vince. Man, the similarities, man, they're fucking crazy. Said Lesnar is a shell of who he used to be, and now he is nothing more than a coward hiding behind Heyman. He told Lesnar to cash it in, cash it in, cash it in. Cash it in. That's exactly what he said. Heyman read the contract and said the Money in the Bank winner can pick the time and place against either champion without notice. And it can happen in a 12-month period starting from Money in the Bank 2019 pay-per-view. And Lesnar stopped Heyman from reading the contract to the referee. Lesnar slapped him with the contract, took the contract out of his hand, and Lesnar continued to yell that he didn't know he had 12 months to cash in the contract. So at that point, Lesnar didn't know. Heyman said, "How don't you know? Simple, Paul. Brock doesn't watch Monday Night Raw. Why would he? He's fucking his wife, drinking a Coors Light, hunting deer in Saskatchewan. He don't give a fuck. He's got the briefcase. He don't even know what the fuck he won." Typical Brock Lesnar. You know what? I should actually praise WWE for this fucking bullshit, because that is legitimately Brock Lesnar. But what I don't understand is, A, the bait and switch, and B, you look back on it, you think this is a fucking joke. Now, I don't expect Brock Lesnar to hold the briefcase for 12 months. Actually, let me take that back. I should expect WWE to do that because they just shit all over their roster. Usually, any chance they got. But I genuinely don't think that WWE is going to waste 12 months on Brock Lesnar holding this briefcase, because why the fuck would they do that? What sense would that make? Imagine looking back on this a year from now, they gave the briefcase to Brock Lesnar, who is a part-time guy, to realistically shit all over everybody that was in that Money in the Bank ladder match. So you gave the briefcase to Brock to sit home and do nothing with it, instead of giving it to a Andrade Cien Almas or a Mustafa Ali or a Ricochet or a Drew McIntyre, right? I could see WWE doing that. So what they're telling me is, fuck you, because they bait and switched you. He didn't cash in. They played it off in real life fashion that Brock didn't know what the contract was or what was stated in the contract. And I could see WWE really shitting all over everybody else that was in that Money in the Bank ladder match. It's disgusting. I don't expect any of this to happen in AEW. I really don't. So Brock Lesnar, being that he laughed about it and said, I don't understand what I'm doing here. If I got 12 months, Brock's going to go sit at home and wait around and do nothing. But you're fucking over 7 other guys that were in that match. It's disgusting. It truly is disgusting. He then laughed and said, Rollins, screw you. Dropped the microphone. And that was it. That was it. So, Lesnar did not let anybody know who he was cashing in on. Charlie Caruso interviewed AJ Styles. Apparently, he said he felt a pop back at Money in the Bank. He says Seth beat him fair and square, but he's not ready to go. He wanted to compete tonight and have another opportunity at the Universal Championship. He says it's not happening tonight. And then Caruso asked how long he will be out. And Styles was about to say how long he was going to be out. But Baron Corbin came and sucker punched AJ Styles off the trainer's table. And that was pretty much that. And walked off. Great. Baron Corbin gets 3 fucking segments on this show. And I'm still waiting for a fucking match. I'm still waiting for a fucking match. Unreal. So the Iconics then come out. Iconics, Billie Kay and Peyton Royce versus Becky Lynch and Nikki Cross. Man, I asked for a wrestling match. I didn't ask for a fucking circus. Lynch and Cross win in 10 minutes. That is 10 minutes too many for the Iconics in the ring. Peyton Royce and Billie Kay are fucking god-awful. Billie Kay is so much worse than Peyton Royce. At least I could stand to look at Peyton Royce. Billie Kay is fucking awful. I don't even know why she owns a pair of wrestling boots. I really don't. The woman is fucking dreadful. Why are they carrying around championships is beyond me. I don't understand. First of all, where are Asuka and Kairi Sane, and when are we getting this match? Can we get this match like next week and get these fucking titles off of the Iconics? The titles are dead. You could put them on anybody else and they'd still be dead. The titles are dead. Dead. Lynch and Cross win here. Nikki battled Kay at ringside. Becky came back with a one-arm slam for the win. It looks like Becky wanted to go for the Bexploder, but Peyton Royce didn't know what the fuck was going on, so Becky Lynch did some sort of rock bottom-like move and ended the match. Whatever. What? This was 10 minutes of the first wrestling action that we've seen all night. Imagine that. Vince, I want to see wrestling. And then he proceeds to send out the fucking moronics on Monday Night Raw. Great. I guarantee you none of you are watching this show at this point. Back to the Memorial Day celebration, the Titus Barbecue out in the parking lot. Tamina Snuka walked up and I got nauseous. She's still employed, by the way. Awesome. But at least she's not in a wrestling ring, which is always a thumbs up in my eyes. The Usos broke into laughs, said it was a family reunion. She came up intimidatingly to Naomi, and they were squaring off. It looked like they were going to throw fists. And the Usos, calmed everything down. They were all laughing, and Naomi said that she then invited the Revival. She told them to work out their differences because it's a block party, and Dash was holding a bowl of potato chips that he accidentally spilled all over one of the Usos. That's coming off Titus's fucking bill. What are you doing wasting food, bro? Seriously. They got 2 of the best tag teams in the fucking world barbecuing with Titus Catering. Meanwhile, the Best Friends, SCU, you got Angelico and Jack Evans, the Lucha Brothers, and the Young Bucks showing you what their tag team division is going to be all about come October. And here we got two of the best teams on the fucking planet, eating potato chips and playing fucking cornhole at Monday Night Raw. Great use of your talent, Vince. Great use of your talent. Clearly, you didn't watch AEW. Ricochet versus Cesaro. This went 10 minutes. This was actually very good, but I expect nothing less from Ricochet and Cesaro. Ricochet wins here after losing last week, by the way. He wins this week, and he won as he head-scissored himself into the ring over the top rope and dropped Cesaro down on his neck for a leverage 3 count. That was it. The best part of this match, to me, there were actually 2 parts to this match. One, Ricochet got European uppercutted so hard that he got lifted in the air off his feet so high that he landed on the middle turnbuckle and flew all the way to the fucking corner. Number 2, Ricochet actually countered a neutralizer by Cesaro and turned it into a code red. The Amazing Red would be proud. Ricochet wins here, and 50-50 booking rears its ugly head. And I ask on Twitter, why are we getting this match that should be deemed important and we get nothing but 50-50 booking? So Cesaro won last week, comes out and loses this week to the same guy he beat last week. What good does this do anybody? A match like this should have meaning. A match like this is going to be on AEW television, and it's going to have fucking meaning because wins and losses are going to matter on TNT. How does this make either man look good? Cesaro just lost, Ricochet got his win back. Meanwhile, neither man should be losing. I don't get it. I genuinely don't understand why a match like this is happening on Raw, and it means so little. Put these guys in something and have their fucking matches on TV mean something. 2 great guys that they got legitimately are in something that is irrelevant and unimportant. And I hate that. This match is just there to fill 10 minutes of TV time and nothing more. WWE announcers plug the Fatal 4-Way main event, which was an elimination match, by the way. We'll talk about that in a second. Then they talked about the U.S. title situation with Rey pinning Samoa Joe. Joe lost the title to Rey Mysterio at Money in the Bank. And Rey Mysterio is now injured to a point where he has to give up his U.S. title next week on Monday Night Raw, and he can't defend it. How they're going to come about crowning a new United States champion, I don't know. I don't even care at this point. So Joe comes out and says that he should still be U.S. champion. It seems like he heard that Rey was going to come out next week and do the right thing, so he said he will be there to take back what is rightfully his, the United States Championship. There you go. Nothing more than just bullshit to fill your TV screens with little to no care from anybody. Moving on here, man. Bobby Lashley, Braun Strowman, Baron Corbin, and The Miz in what was to be an elimination match. Winner gets the shot at the Universal title at Super Showdown. Let's go over these again, folks, in case you didn't hear me, because I know I am so excited to talk about this match, just like you were so excited to watch this match on TV. Bobby Lashley versus Seth Rollins for the Universal Championship. How do you feel about that one? You excited? You excited? Yeah, I am super excited, man. I'd rather eat fucking paint chips than watch Bobby Lashley and Seth Rollins. Braun Strowman? I'd rather get dumped in a fucking dumpster, reeking to the high heavens for 7 days than watch this fucking match. Dump me in the dumpster, Mr. Strowman. Baron Corbin? I don't know why this man is being pushed to the fucking moon. Seems like WWE is in love with Baron Corbin all of a sudden. And The Miz, can you find me any more of a boring character on WWE TV right now? Seriously. Have you seen him throw those it kicks? God, I cringe every fucking time I see it. So this one went 17 minutes. 17 minutes. You'd be lucky if you got a minute out of me watching this match. My head was in my phone all night. Couldn't give a single fuck. I watched the ending of the match, though, and I was not surprised by who won this match. Corbin wins with the end of days out of nowhere. And now we're getting Baron Corbin versus Seth Rollins at Super Showdown. Man, the Prince must be fucking thrilled. Thrilled! Awesome. I couldn't give a single shit. Man, you know, Braun Strowman, I gotta say, you know, Jesse, My buddy Jesse said it best. How WWE managed to mask the inability, the wrestling aspect of Braun Strowman. How they managed to mask this guy's greenness for as long as they did is miraculous. The guy is fucking terrible. He's fast. He's big. He's intimidating. He's got the look. He's got the size. But man, does the guy fucking suck. Name one Braun Strowman match that was a regular one-on-one wrestling match that stood out to you as a great match. I'll give you 5 seconds. Go ahead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The answer is there is none, folks. The guy is truly fucking abysmal. And Baron Corbin is the new number 1 contender for the Universal Championship. Vince, do you hate us that much? Seriously, do you hate me that much? So what they're telling you is now you have something to skip at Super Showdown. Great. Awesome. If there's a cash-in, it's happening in that match. Because I can't see that going in an important spot in Saudi Arabia. Brock has got to be there, right? Brock is going to be there. What the fuck is he going to do? You think Brock is going all the way over there to fail a cash-in? You think Brock's going all the way over there to fucking tease a cash-in? That motherfucker's taking that title in that match. Guarantee it. I don't see what else the guy could be doing. Moving on. Firefly Funhouse. I am losing my interest in this shit. I really am losing my interest. It's about time we get Bray in the ring. Bray was on the Firefly Funhouse. He held up a scary, drawn face on a paper plate. I'm sure he took it from catering, and he was so disgusted by the food that he decided to draw with crayons. Titus, you burnt his burger. He wanted it medium, not medium well. Asshole! So he pulled it down. He looked sinister and then broke into evil laughter. He asked the kids if he liked his little secret. I did. I just want to see more of it. He then calls him, or he said he calls him the Fiend. So I guess his alter ego is called the Fiend. But don't worry, he's here to protect us. He says people do horrible things, and sometimes he finds it hard to find his confidence. He said he finds it hard to be brave, especially when he's all alone. But when he holds up the paper plate with a mean face, I can be anything I want to be. Bray, can you hold up that paper plate and be a good episode of Monday Night Raw? I would love that. I would love that, man, please. That would make me feel brave. Because I'm fucking terrified of where this show's going. He then laughed. Abby, the witch, says he just doesn't want to know, or he doesn't want people to know how much of a sicko he really is. He then told Abby that he's not a sicko. She then says, well, you're not a doctor. And he disappears and comes back within a blink of an eye, and he's wearing a doctor's outfit with a little clipboard. Why don't you let me rest, she says. Bray laughed and says he'll never let her rest. Abby says she doesn't want to be stuck in that limbo anymore. Bray asked if someone said limbo, so he brings out a limbo stick, and he does his crab walk, his creepy crab walk under the limbo stick, and then while standing, or I guess crabbing upside down, crawling upside down, he looks into the camera and says, light the way, and all they have to do is let him in. He will light the way, and all they have to do is let him in. And the kids were standing there, zombified, because they were on Monday Night Raw, and that's what Monday Night Raw does to literally everybody. That was it. Now, this was clearly more content than it was last week, but it didn't really go anywhere, and I'm kind of getting bored with these segments. I really am. After the initial reveal, I think all of us want to see just Bray in the ring. I don't know when that's going to happen or what his first feud is going to be, but the more this goes on, the big reveal was the big reveal. Now I think we just want to see it in action. So I'm kind of losing interest, to be honest with you. I really am. Can't go too long with it because WWE is going to really draw out this entire thing, and it's not going to be as special anymore. And the one thing that I fucking hate is WWE putting the Firefly Funhouse on the Titantron. I know this is one of those things that is just me nitpicking, but I don't like that they show the show on the Titantron and they show the audience watching the show on the Titantron. I don't need to know what they're looking at or what they're thinking while watching it. Keep it as its own segment. Show it for TV and don't show me what the fans are watching. I don't like that. Just cheapens the whole fucking thing. Sami Zayn apparently had an electric chair segment. These were questions provided by the WWE fans. No questions were off limits, no matter how confidential they are or how outlandish they are. Nothing was off limits. Sami then stood in the ring and sat in the electric chair. Caruso was the first to pick some random fucking idiot in the crowd, who was clearly all of these were plants, by the way. Caruso asked the goon, I don't even remember his name. He walked in the aisleway to get to Caruso. He asked, when is your retirement date? Sami then asked, are your mother and father related? Ha ha ha. He says it's Kansas City, so you never know. A girl, front row, then asked if he misses the ginger snaps from Mixed Match Challenge. Now, the funny thing about this one is, Sami was going in on this little girl, and she wanted so badly to retaliate that she tried to take the microphone from Kayla Braxton, and she yanked that motherfucker right from her. That was the funniest part of this entire thing. So Sami told her parents that they should be ashamed of themselves for the child they raised. Sami asked if he's really, or if she's really asking about Becky or Seth. So then they go to Sarah Schreiber, who asked the fan who was wearing a Macho Man t-shirt to stand up. He asked how it feels when Braun Strowman destroyed him. So these are the questions that they're filling this segment up for. How Braun Strowman, or how does it feel when Braun Strowman beats you up? What do you think about Becky Lynch? When is your retirement date? These are the questions that the fans are asking Sami Zayn. I mean, could you make them a little bit more fan-like and not retarded? I don't understand what the fuck is going on here. At this point, I'm over it. Sami then told this guy in the Macho Man t-shirt, I'm tempted to come over there and punch you in the face. And he says the only reason why he wouldn't do it is because they're in America, which is a toxic culture, by the way. Just like Raw, it's a toxic culture. Where he wouldn't fight back and he'd just sue him because that's what Americans do. He said he put him into life-crippling death, and then he said, then he's an American, so his healthcare would probably kick in, but American healthcare sucks. Sami then said the fans could have asked him personal questions about his love life or if he's a good kisser. He then says, I'm a great kisser. Another fan asked Sami why he hasn't won the Universal title yet. So clearly, this was another fucking... Why haven't you won the Universal Champion yet? Man, Kansas City doing him proud. So he says he can win the Universal title anytime he wants, but he's not interested right now. So Sami is not really... What a great way to fucking build up your Universal title. I'm not interested in winning the title right now. I'll get to it, though. Isn't that what you should be striving for, to be the Universal Champion? But I'm not interested in it right now. So what the fuck are you interested in? What a way to bury a fucking title. So... he says he's more interested in holding the fans accountable for their shit. You could have asked me anything. And then he says, you could have asked me about AEW. At this point, I didn't know what the fuck was going on, and this brought on loud chants, audible chants, of AEW. So much that Corey Graves was freaking out, because I don't even think he was filled in on this, freaking out, trying to continue the segment and move on to something else so that you really couldn't hear the AEW chants. So, how does Vince retaliate with Double or Nothing on Saturday night? Sent Sami Zayn to go out there in a scripted promo to mention AEW. He did nothing of the sorts about bad-mouthing or bashing AEW. You could have asked me about AEW, which brought on AEW chants, which equals free publicity for All Elite Wrestling. Vince, you got people chanting All Elite Wrestling on Monday Night Raw, and this is your idea of combating what happened on Saturday night. So instead of doing something, you send Sami Zayn out there to be the brunt of a terrible segment which only builds up AEW's credibility as a threat to you and your company. Awful. Absolutely fucking awful. Now, I don't understand what they're doing with never mind the AEW shit, which was fucking head-scratching in itself. But I don't know if WWE is treating Sami Zayn like a fucking afterthought. Sami Zayn's got to be the luckiest fucking guy in the WWE. He's got an Intercontinental Championship against Finn Balor for doing nothing. He's got a WWE Championship against Kofi Kingston for doing nothing. Universal Championship match against Seth Rollins for basically doing nothing. The guy has gotten more opportunities at every title in the WWE for doing nothing. And this is WWE's closing segment on a Memorial Day episode of Monday Night Raw against Seth Rollins. The Monday following Double or Nothing, they use this electric chair segment and a question from some fucking bucktooth goon about the Universal Championship to then lead into a Universal Championship match against Seth Rollins. This is their idea of creativity? Or is this WWE pretty much telling us that they're not fucking scared about AEW? The fact that they just willingly threw AEW's name out there with no repercussions, are they scared or are they thinking that this is a fucking joke? I don't get it. This is the same guy, Vince McMahon, who reportedly is furious over people talking about AEW on Saturday night. Tweeting about AEW, tweeting that they love professional wrestling. People in the company who are friends with people over there. Peyton Royce, who has her fiance working for AEW, tweeting. Biggie tweeting. The Club tweeting. Gallows and Anderson, right? Sasha Banks, Bayley, Natty tweeting about AEW. Biggie tweeting about AEW. Xavier Woods. WWE let Xavier Woods in the New Day work with Omega and the Young Bucks for a video game fucking contest. All of these people willingly talking and praising their friends in AEW. I'm proud of you guys. Good luck. Kill it tonight. Same company. Same owner in Vince McMahon. Furious over his employees tweeting about the competition. Meanwhile, he sends Sami Zayn out there to mention AEW by name. You know, Vince, you're a weird motherfucker, man. You really are a weird one. I don't get why you are mentioning AEW by name with absolutely nothing behind it but free publicity for these guys. Are you not afraid? Are you really not afraid? What is it going to take for you to fucking smarten up and realize that you're fucked? WWE is fucked, folks. Not only Moxley. What is Moxley going to lead to? Moxley is going to lead to more people defecting. The Revival are good as gone. What does this mean for the Club? Gallows and Anderson. WWE might not find any value in the Club, but I know exactly where they're fucking going come September. Might take the Revival a little bit longer, but they'll be right over there. What about Nakamura? What about Randy Orton, whose contract is coming up? Who liked tweets from others who were tweeting about AEW. Wishing them luck and saying, have a great show. WWE does not know what Jon Moxley showing up on Saturday night means. I told you then, and I said it tonight, and I'm going to say it again tomorrow, because I got an off-the-script extra talking about everything AEW, following Double or Nothing. Moxley is a beacon of hope. If you're not taking this seriously, they're going to sneak up on you come October, and everything that you're doing on TV is going to be fucking put to shame. This isn't some fucking joke. Now, I understand Triple H got TakeOver on Saturday. I'm not worried about Triple H. I'm not worried about NXT. I'm not worried about what TakeOver 25 is going to be. TakeOver 25 might end up being a better show than what we've seen on Saturday Night for all we fucking know. Triple H is going to retaliate. I know this. But what I find confusing, and I know Triple H is going to retaliate because there's no fucking way that Triple H is going to go into Connecticut and not put on a fucking 10 out of 10 show. I'm sorry. That's just his mentality. Triple H has been doing this for so long that he's not going to let these guys badmouth him and bash him indirectly and with the blatant fucking Cody entrance, you know. He's not going to let that happen. But Vince, I really don't get why Vince isn't worried. Does he think this fucking TV deal is a goddamn fucking joke? I just found this to be completely bizarre, and it led to nothing. Another impromptu main event match for a title that literally means nothing. So what has Sami Zayn done for a Universal Championship? What has he done for a WWE Championship? What did he do for the Intercontinental Championship? Unreal. I didn't even watch this shit. I was so thrown off my fucking, my thought process about the AEW name drop. But I don't know what you tried to accomplish here. Sami Zayn and Seth Rollins are two of the best wrestlers in this company, and you send them out there in an unadvertised Universal Championship match, and you're trying to tell me that Sami Zayn has a fucking shot at winning this thing? He's lost every fucking match he's had since he's come back. What was the outcome going to be? And WWE continuously showed Brock Lesnar still in the building with the briefcase, and they held on to that, hoping that you'd stay to see him cash in, and he never even showed his face in the main event. I genuinely don't understand this. I don't know. I'm gonna say that Vince McMahon. I'm genuinely fucking flabbergasted, folks. I don't even know what to say. Did Vince McMahon send Sami Zayn out there and have him intentionally name drop AEW? Did Sami Zayn name drop AEW without Vince McMahon's permission? Did he cut the segment short? Did he legitimately cut the segment short because he did name drop AEW? I don't know. Maybe Sami Zayn was so fucking pissed at everything that's going on. Maybe he said fuck the script and completely went off it. I don't know. I don't want to sit here and tell you yes, because that's not how WWE operates. But man, this was fucking bizarre. Vince better smarten up, man. This is not to be taken lightly. This show was a fucking embarrassment. Everything from the open of the show, this entire show offered absolutely nothing. The 24/7 shit was a fucking joke. It wasn't funny. They didn't do anything entertaining. For all the fucking people out there that are praising this fucking garbage, what did they do to make you laugh tonight? Nothing. They didn't make me laugh. They didn't do anything comedic. Nothing but a bunch of fucking idiots running around in the ring trying to pin somebody with a worthless fucking title around their waist. And then again at the barbecue. The concept is dead already. It didn't add anything to the fucking show. It will not add anything to the show moving forward. But all I know is you can't use the holiday fucking card. This show was intentionally fucking bad because Vince doesn't give a shit. What is going to make him fucking give a shit? If Double or Nothing didn't do it, folks, I don't think there's going to be change in WWE. Meanwhile, we're all here wanting AEW to succeed, to make WWE better. And here we have a fucking guy in Vince McMahon that legitimately doesn't give a shit. He's not on that level yet. It needs to be on TNT, and Vince needs to see the fucking ratings. Seriously. That's the only thing that's going to happen. That's the only thing we're going to need to get change. If the ratings are there, Vince is not going to look at Double or Nothing as a success. Oh, it's only one show. They're still treating it as a fucking joke. Meanwhile, you don't know how big of a deal that Moxley appearance is. You don't understand how big of a fucking deal that Moxley appearance really is. You hear about it tomorrow. I got an off-the-script extra for you guys tomorrow. Over an hour and 20 minutes of just AEW post news and rumors. Fucking, I was on fire. Couldn't wait to get back in the office. I immediately hit record and went right at that motherfucker. This show was god-awful. One of the worst first hours of Raw I have ever seen. You should be fucking ashamed of yourself. I'm getting out of here, guys. Thank you so very much. Monday Night Raw. Garbage as always. Follow me on social media. At JD from NY206. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on that bell for all notifications. At JD from NY206 on Twitter and Instagram. Patreon.com/JD from NY206. Make sure you guys follow Audible. Audibletrial.com/offthescript for your free 30 days and one free audiobook of your choice. JD's Elite. Link is down below for purchase. Get your own today. Bonfire.com. And go check out all the other videos that you might have missed, including the 62,000 views and counting Double or Nothing review off the script from Friday. Vince McMahon and the 24 title. Apparently he's not responsible for it. Go check that out. And I got some WWE 2K19 content with Mr. 9 to 5 in my own My Career Universe mode. Make sure you guys go and check that out. Again, hit that thumbs up, and I will see you right back here for SmackDown Live. Until then, guys, thank you so much. Hope you had a great Memorial Day. Right back to work this week, man. Lots of content coming. Don't miss it. I'll see you guys later.